I'm just gonna say it. K-pop bring the Halloween vibes. Like, it's fun pop music with a spooky edge. We used to do that here many moons ago. We lost our way. K-pop did not. Hello, wonderful humans of the internet, how are we? My name is Sam Scott-Thorne and I'm a vocal coach based in Glasgow. Now, if you'd like to meet and explore your voice a little more, you can find me on sstvocals.com. You can also find me on Patreon and various other social media platforms, and I'll put the handles down below and over there. Over there. I always do that riff when I don't know what to do. So, over there. Now, if you'd like to consider becoming a patron, you have access to things like early release of reactions, you can fast track reactions, become a reaction, there's special rules on my Discord server, and you have access to all sorts of bonus content like my Vocal Anatomy 101 series where you learn how the voice works. So consider becoming a patron and help shape my channel. Okay, we are going to go and listen to a girl band called Twice. The song is called TT, it's the music video, and I think it's Halloween vibes. I'm not entirely sure. I hope so. Otherwise, this is not going to match the vibe. But I think it is. Now, I don't know anything about Twice, but correct me if I'm wrong. Are they not the ones that do, but you know you make me feel special? Da, da, na, 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 na. There was like a dance thing on TikTok about it, right? Is that Twice? I think it is. Anyway, let's go and listen to TT and see what we think. Definite Halloween vibes. There's a pumpkin and a witch's hat. We're safe. Nothing like a creaky door to get the old juices flowing. How many of them are there? 9.
이러지도 못하는데 저러지도 못하네 그저 바라보며 baby 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 내 상처 안에 이름과 함께 스마일은 안내 baby 아직 그리 모르는 사이인데.
Wow, okay. They came in at like an 11. They are just rearing to go. So what I'm hearing so far is a lovely high sound to it. There's like high lifted larynx. It just creates a brightness of tone. It's very youthful. It's got that lovely kind of bright, sharp energy. I like it. I'm glad to see that there's now some costumes coming into play, because I thought it was going to be like 2 kids in Halloween costumes and them in their jumpers just like dancing around. So crisis averted. Let's keep going. Right, so there's a general kind of consensus that there is a very pushed, kind of nasalized sound to keep it front and forward. But then the way that they play around with that is quite interesting. So there's some that will push more into kind of a forward, almost beltier place with that still there. So almost like a beltier mix, if you like. Whereas there's others that will take that sound and then they'll kind of lift it onto this flicked sound, and they'll have like a glottal stop. So you get a na, like that kind of sound. And then there's other ones that will let the kind of nasality dissipate into more of an aspirate sound, which is more of an airy sound. So you get something go na, a wee bit like Sabrina Carpenter in that kind of regard. And then once you start combining all these sounds together, you get dynamics in a way that's kind of subtle. It does have this kind of feeling that it's very uniformal, but if you actually go into it and listen to them individually, they are treating their offsets, especially, that's the way you finish a phrase, differently depending on who you're listening to. I also don't know who I'm listening to because I've never seen them before, and there's 9 of them. So I'm just gonna have to like pick out sounds rather than people. So you hear that na 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 na, and then there's someone in the back going ah. So they do have this kind of leveling off of that sound, because I think if you had it just across the board, it would be almost too much. Like it's quite a in your face kind of sound, and when there's 9 of them doing it, it kind of hits you like a wall. They really are. They're like intimidating sound wise. Absolutely love the playful energy of it though. Like the vibe is immaculate. It's very, very energetic, youthful, fun. I'm like TT, just like TT. Tell me that you'll be my baby. 어처구니 없다고 해? 얼굴값을 못한대. 천일 위로 한대, baby, baby. 미칠 것 같아. 이 와중에 왜 눈 뜨고픈 건데? 하루 종일 먹기만 하는데. 매 아무데도 없는 이름만 딱 종일 앉아있다가 엎드렸다 시간이 휙휙휙. Okay, so Mermaid and Bunny, they're adding in a different offset, and that is the offset of fry. Now, fry is essentially when your vocal folds operate. What happens is the air goes through them, and when you close your vocal folds, the air pushing them apart creates this vibratory pattern, and that makes the note depending on how fast they vibrate. Okay? Following me so far? Fry is when the vocal folds go completely limp and the air just kind of works its way through, almost in like a bubbly fashion. It's just pushing its way through the fold, and you get a kind of sound. Now, it can be used in vocals. You can use it in your onsets and your offsets, so you get a or ah. And that's what they're doing, is they're using it at the ends of their phrases in order to create a little bit of texture, a little bit of kind of depth to the sound. It's interesting that they're both doing it, so they're getting like paired together, which makes me think that it's like one voice, but it might be more than one. I don't know. Is the bunny and the mermaid the same person? I don't think so. There are harmonies in this, and they are very subtle too. There is this feeling that it's like supposed to sound like it's quite simple, but if you actually kind of just concentrate, it's a lot more complex than it lets on. Like there's some really quite lovely lower based harmonies. Usually a harmony will sit, a third above or a fifth above, and you get that kind of lift off of it. This is an under harmony, so you get this like ooh, it's almost like a lift from below. Very, very nice. They're good singers, all of them. That's my favorite bit of the whole song. I love that. If I was in that group, I would be like, give me the bit that goes that perfect. Love it. This one here was using a little bit of fry at the beginnings of our phrases, so that's an onset. That's how you start something. So as I was saying before, that kind of sound. I think if I was given time, I could probably start to pick out their vocal fingerprints from one another. But at the moment, it feels like there's this over-encompassing like middle tone. So like once the onset and offset are taken off, it's this like clean, uniform sound. There's no real texture to speak of. Like they don't have any grit. It's all very like clean, retracted, gorgeous sounds. And then they all just kind of like slam that in your face. And then it's the beginnings and the ends where you start to get these little bits of personality off of them. Is TT, what are they doing? How are they doing like this? Is that supposed to be like tears? Are they crying? I'm not following the meaning of the song. I'm too overstimulated by like the fact there's 9 of them. There's dance moves. There's like pumpkins flashing, like swirly lights, strobes. There's a lot going on here. What is this song about? I don't know. Somebody let me know.
I'm like TT, just like TT. Tell me that you be my baby.
Don't you hurt them childrens. Oh God. Right, let me tell you something twice. See if anything happens to those beautiful little cherubs. The witch and the skeleton. I'll be coming to you. Oh, actually, this was 4 years ago. So they're probably like teenagers by now. I don't know. Maybe. What happened to the kids? Somebody let me know. It said to be continued. My nerves. Anyway, they were good. Is there more Twice stuff you'd like me to check out? Possibly not looking like this? If there is, let me know down in the comments and we'll go and check that out. But if you like this reaction, give it a like and a thumbs up down below. Ring the bell, and anytime I have new content, you will be the first to know. I don't think that's how I usually say that, but again, overstimulated. There was so much going on in that video. Anyway, I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me. And how are we going to buy this one? I have no idea. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me, and bye 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 That's my favorite bit of the whole song. I love it. Oh, perfect addition to that boat. Oh, so good. Anyway, love you. Bye. Love you. Bye.